Okay, welcome tonight. I'm so excited to have Amanda on the call with me. We are going to give you some great tips about growing your business and actually making money. Who on this Zoom right now, by raising your hands, wants to actually make money with It Works? Okay, I don't think there's one person out there that did not sign up to make money, right? We don't join a business necessarily because we want friends, although that's part of it. We don't join a business because we don't have anything to do. I mean, come on, let's get real. We don't join a business because of XYZ. We join a business because we want to make money. And it's no different than if you were to start a job somewhere and you want to make money, so you're being trained by a boss, right? So I understand that we're in business for ourselves, but we're not by ourselves, clearly. And you don't really need a boss to be able to do well in this business. However, it's nice to have support, but it's not something, and Amanda and I will both talk about this tonight, it's not something that you absolutely need to have. Because in the world that we live in, if you are ignorant in something, which basically means that you don't have the knowledge of, if you're ignorant in something, it's because of choice. If you're on this Zoom right now and you don't know how to run your business and you've been in for 30 days or more, then you have chosen not to understand how to run your business. You have chosen ignorance versus knowledge on how to grow. Because let me just say, the resources and the tools are available to you, and really, they're available to you at your fingertips. I know I didn't introduce myself, so I should probably go back and do that. My name is Lori Conway. I've been in the business for 8.5 years. I'm kind of a fireball, especially when it comes to this business. I'm very, not just excited and passionate about what I do, but I'm very excited and passionate in a red type of personality, if you know the personality colors there, because I want to show people how to make money. I realized when I came into this business 8.5 years ago as a struggling stay-at-home mom with 4 kids, 5 years and under, I needed something more. I just needed some simple hair and nail money, which seems so surface level to so many people, but I needed some hair and nail money for me. I was married to my high school sweetheart that worked all the time. I never saw the guy, and he's so cheap, and he still is to this day. God love him. I love him to death. It's a great compliment to both of us, because I'm the spender, he's the saver, and he's so cheap. So there was no way, and he worked at the bank, so there was no way I was taking money out to spend that he didn't know about. Right? So I had to either get really creative and sell something from home or find an opportunity that was going to help me to do that. And so I found this opportunity from a friend of mine at our MOPS group, and I said yes, not even understanding what the opportunity was. I jumped in head first, literally, not understanding, but just ignorance on fire to make that hair and nail money. And I knew that if I could make money right away, that I would be on fire. And I made my kit money back within, well, it was like 10 days. And I made that first month over $400 just in wrap cash. Man, this was before we even had coffee, which is incredible. Right? This is before all the other products that we had. And I made over $400 that first month just in wrap cash. And I was on fire then. So let me say to you this very, very simply put. Nobody had to tell me necessarily to go crush my goal. I knew why I joined. I knew I needed something for me to pour into me so I could be the best mom, the best wife that I could be. I knew what I needed, what I wanted, and I went to make it happen. Now, as I said a minute ago, in this day and age, like literally, it makes me sound like a dinosaur, and I think Amanda can probably relate to this because, Amanda, you've been in for 6 years, right? 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 8.5 years ago, I was a baby to Facebook. So like social media wasn't really around. People were in my house. I was selling wraps that way and then starting to utilize social media. And so for me, I did not have to have someone calling me or saying, hey, Lori, are you motivated today? Hey, Lori, did you make a post today? Hey, Lori, did you join this group? And hey, Lori, there's a Zoom. Well, there wasn't even Zoom. Hey, Lori, there's a call tonight you need to jump on. No, I was the one that was brand new, that was looking for opportunity to lead. I was looking for an opportunity to lead even when I didn't know. I was looking to share the knowledge that I already had. I was looking to make a way for what I truly wanted. Amanda posted the most amazing video today on the Shuffle group. Okay, can I say first and foremost, the word shuffle kind of it kind of makes my skin crawl because I'm a runner. I like to run. Success loves speed. And I promise you, if you put intentionality into this business, you will get it back tenfold, 100% hands down. The video that she posted, I know was very important to her as she was promoting up into the ranks of ambassador like she had talked about, but it was for me too. And that guy talked about how you wanted success so bad, like you wanted the next breath. I think so many of us are working kind of with the mentality of, well, if it works, it works. If I put out a post and somebody says something and, okay, so maybe I might message them, but I'm not going to message anybody. I'm not going to reach out to anybody because I don't know what they're going to say. Y'all, people's opinions don't pay your bills. And let's go even further on that. They don't just not pay your bills. They don't build your dreams either. They're not sitting with you saying, you know what, Alicia, like next summer, like I really would like for you to take a vacation and I'm just gonna come and give you some money to be able to go do that. No, their opinions don't pay your bills, they don't build your dreams. And we have to get away from the idea of caring what people think about us. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of the questions here, Amanda, that we're gonna go through. A lot of people are so concerned and so caught up with what are people going to say or how do I lead without hurting somebody's feelings? Can we just stop that right now? Just be you. And if you know that it's coming from a genuine place, you're not going to hurt feelings. And if you're hurting feelings, you're not responsible for that. You can't make somebody feel a certain way, okay? What you can do is show them that you care, show them that you're leading with passion, show them that you're paving a way, and show them that they can do it and casting the vision too. But if they feel a certain way, we're all adults here. We're all responsible for our own feelings. If somebody said something that hurts my feelings, there's probably some truth to it. I'm probably already a little bit up about something that somebody said to me in the first place. If someone's saying, you know what? I just see a name, Jessica, so I'm not picking on you, girl. But Jessica, the reason you're not doing what you need to do is because you're not showing up. Okay? That's what I'm going to tell somebody. Let's get out your phone. You say you're so busy. I want you to screenshot for me and send to me your screen time. Where are you spending your time? And if you're offended by that, then you're not looking for coaching. You're not looking to be successful. The biggest thing that you need to have is a coachability factor if you want to be successful in anything that you do. Anything. You have to be coachable. You have to be open to feedback, even when you don't want to hear it. Even if it hurts your feelings, it's not on the other person. That's an internal job. Why, when she said that to me, or he said that to me, why did that hurt my feelings? Well, it wasn't him, or it wasn't her. What is it about me that's a reflection that's making me feel that way? Is it because I'm not showing up and I'm creating all these excuses that there may be really good excuses. Maybe you did get sick. Maybe somebody was in the hospital. Heaven forbid, maybe somebody did pass away, okay? Maybe life happens. And Mark Pentecost says it all the time. Life is going to happen. It's going to happen to you. I can't promise you problem-free, but I can promise you debt-free. But you got to buckle up and do the work if you really want to be debt-free. If you really want to get where you're going, you have to do the work and stop pretending like you're doing the work. Isn't it so much more difficult to pretend that you're doing something than just to do it? I mean, I've been there. Let's just be honest. I've been there. Oh, I'm doing it. And if someone would have said to me, Lori, I want you to send me your screen time, I'd have been like, oh, okay, so maybe I thought I was on Instagram messaging more than I did. Or maybe I thought, we get stuck with blinders on, and we need to not only be coachable to be successful, we need to be adamant and hungry for feedback. And that feedback isn't always something that feels so good. But if I am constantly hungry for feedback, I'm constantly stretching myself to grow. And when you stretch yourself to grow, it doesn't feel good, y'all. It does not feel good at all, but it does produce growth. And so if I'm constantly in a mindset of being coachable and knowing that I don't have it all together, knowing that I don't have all the answers, I've been here 8.5 years. I don't have all the answers. I don't. I have a pretty good system that I have, but I'm always looking for ways to switch it up, to change it up. And I want to say that I'm always going to be coachable. I always strive to be coachable, and I always want feedback. And so if people aren't giving me feedback, sometimes I'll go. And a lot of times it's my husband, and sometimes we can have those same blinders. So you have to be careful if that person is very close to you in life, because they might have those same blinders that you do. But I have a great, awesome friend in this business. It's a sideline girl of mine. Okay, we're not on the same team, so I can say, hey, Nikki, what am I not seeing here? Like, these are the things that I'm doing, but what am I not seeing? And she might say, well, Laura, you're carrying this error about you. You're carrying this unspoken language about you that's kind of off-putting right now, and I can't really explain that to you. Now, I could say, oh my gosh, what? Are you kidding me? Like, what? I could get mad. But what I can do with that feedback that she's given to me is take it and maybe be crushed for 5 seconds, be okay with that, because I'm asking for it. I want to be coachable. I want the feedback. And I can say, you know what? She's right. I can't see what other people see. I need to have a separate set of eyeballs that I trust, and they're for me. Okay, she's not against me. She's not hating on me. She wants to see me successful too. So she's going to speak truth into me, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to digest it and do what I need to do with it to come out better on the other side. Okay, so I think so many of us have a hard time being objective. It's really hard for us to step back. I think it's hard for anybody, but I think it's hard to step back to say, am I really, like, I am blaming that I haven't recruited. I've been on this 60-day shuffle, but I haven't signed a distributor. But I'm just going to blame the group. I'm going to blame the task. I'm going to blame that I can't find the post. I'm going to blame blah, 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 blah. Excuse, good or bad, okay? But excuses are going to keep you from your destination. Excuses are going to keep you from your success. Nobody can do it for you. You're never going to have somebody in your life, even the one that loves you the very most, is never going to want it more than you want it for yourself, okay? So you have got to buckle up. You got to pull your big panties up or big undies up, boys, and get to work and stop pretending that you're working when you're not working. Income producing activities are messaging people, talking to people, building relationships, asking people, asking, being very direct on what you're asking people. If you feel like I'm yelling at you, it's probably because I am. So if your feelings are hurt, there's probably a reason why. Remember, be self-objective. Ask yourself, why is she hurting my feelings? Because maybe some of this is true. And I speak from a good place, because I understand being in here 8.5 years, I've done all these things before. I've lied to myself. I've given myself really great excuses. Life has happened in 8.5 years. And I can very easily say, that's an excusable absence. Okay, it's excusable, but I still have to make up the work. It may be excusable. It's no different than missing a day at work or missing a day at school. My kids may be excused because they were sick, but they still have to go back to school and do the work. I'm not excused because I had a bad day, and I'm still not getting paid without doing the work. Being your own boss is a beautiful thing, but it's one of the hardest things to get up continually, day in and day out, whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it, and go to work. So the one thing that I will encourage every one of you, and I'm gonna pass the baton to you here in a minute, Amanda, is ask yourself, how bad do you really want it? How bad do you want it? Because if you're sitting here tonight and you're already going through excuses in your head about why you almost didn't jump on the call, or why you can't do this tomorrow, or why you can't find the time to work your business because you're already up at 5 a.m., going to bed at 10 a.m., you're going to have to lose some sleep. You're going to have to get uncomfortable if you really want to see the success that you desire. You're absolutely going to have to. Or you just have to be okay with not having the success without bitching about it. Okay? Let's get real. How many people are saying, well, I'm doing the work and I'm not getting a paycheck, or they get their paycheck and then they're complaining about it, but they haven't done the work. So you have every right to complain when you're doing the work. When you're in that arena with me fighting, you've heard this before with Brene Brown. Nobody outside of my arena can say anything. I know what I'm doing every day. I'm fighting for it. But if I have a friend that's in the arena with me, like my Nikki, that says to me, you know what, Lori, maybe you should switch this up. I need to hear that. I need to be self-objective enough to evaluate it and say, that's for me, and I need to take a portion of that, and I need to make sure that I'm utilizing that in some form or fashion. If you want to make money, you have to find a reason why. You get up every day when you don't feel like it. You get up every day when your husband's complaining at you. I can't tell you how many knockdown, drag-out fights that Quentin and I had in the very beginnings of this business. I can't tell you sometimes how some of the disagreements that we have now. And you know what? Maybe you're sitting there thinking 8.5 years later, you've seen that success and you're still fighting. We're still married 21 years. Of course we're going to fight, okay? Of course we're going to see things differently. But yeah, I am that person, and if I'm on my phone too much, he's like, get off your phone. So go back to what Pam said last week about, you know, when you're doing it for your family, do it with your family. Don't do it at the cost of your family. Set boundaries, set a schedule, because that's going to help you to set you up for success. And you have to be mindful that you have got to do the work. It is not called net wishing. It's called networking. We are working. What's working look like? It's not building buildings or digging ditches, but it is making the ask. We have to continually ask people to do two things: use our products or use our opportunity. It's the steps to success, friends. That's it. We have a system, a flawless system. If we would just follow, stop all this fluff all around. 3 simple steps. You joined. You're not rejoining every month, but you're running a darn auto ship. It's the law. Run your auto ship. ADBV. Use products. You become a testimony of the product or sell the samples. Okay, I don't care what you do, but you run your auto ship. And if you can't afford to run it, then you run it on products that you sell so you can afford it each and every month. That's exactly what I did when I was brand new. 2, you're asking people to use our products. And you can't ask people to use our products if you're not using them yourself. So what product are you loving and what products are you talking about? So you can ask people to be a product tester of our coffee. You can ask people to use the Radiant so they have glowy skin on a Zoom. You can ask people to use these products, okay? And then 3 people to share the business with each and every month. It's a rinse and repeat. It's so simple. And you simply have to make the ask. It's not your decision for the outcome. You have to plant the seeds. You have to ask. And if you ask enough, the harvest will come. And so it's a matter of putting out the ask, but it's a simple system, steps to success. It's a rinse and repeat. We complete them, the steps. We teach them for the 3 people that are coming in. That was a big question here too. We teach them and we repeat them. So if it's the 15th of the month and we've already completed our steps to success, guess what you're going to do? You're going to print out another steps to success and you're going to get back to work. It's a rinse and repeat. We're going to complete them. We're going to teach them to the new people that we bring in, and we're going to repeat them. And we're going to teach them to the people that are coming in. We're going to complete them, teach them, repeat them. Complete, teach, repeat. Complete, teach, repeat. It's a rinse and repeat. And anything that we're doing outside of that is just noise. Stop it. Find your groove. Start asking people to use products and join our team, and your business will explode. Good thing that I didn't have to get off at 8:30, Amanda. Go ahead.
Well, since Lori basically stole all my notes, I mean, do I even need to speak after that?
Yeah, you do.
All right. So, here's the deal. So I read all the same questions I asked my team, and Lori asked on the group, like all these, well, how do I be red? What if I am red? How do I not just freaking be red? Like, I don't know why being red got this like bad, like, oh my God, the reds are so mean. And no, we're not. We're just honest. Like, if you're asking me advice, I'm not going to give you a bunch of emojis and exclamation points. I'm going to tell you like it is. And if you don't like it, that's on you, right? So I decided tonight I was going to tell you guys a little bit about how I got here and then kind of what happened and how I lost a little bit about a little bit of the red because we didn't want to offend anyone. And we became this whole culture of like, let's not offend people. But guess what happened? My checks started to drop, which meant my team's checks started to drop because we all of a sudden cared what everyone thought when, okay, so how did I do this? Like everyone wants to know, how did you go ambassador in 13 months, right? Like that's a pretty freaking big deal. Okay. And over time I've kind of like tried to be quiet about that because, oh my God, if I tell people I did it so fast, people are going to want to quit. And well, I've been in for 4 years and I'm not ambassador yet. So what? There was a purpose for me going ambassador so fast to learn what I learned, go through what I went through. And you know what? I freaking worked hard. Like I worked this business 25 hours a day. I was not shuffling. I was literally working this business every free moment of the day. So we didn't have cable. We couldn't afford cable. I had 2 little babies at home. A husband gone 48 hours at a time just so that we wouldn't lose a vehicle or lose our power. So yeah, I was running my little tail off because I wanted to bring him home and be able to afford life and groceries. And if I wanted a date night, guess what? I had to earn a fast start bonus. I wanted to buy myself something that, you know, because my kids got everything. Cool. You need to go make $100 in Rap Cash. Like stop. Just all this mindless stuff. It's so easy now with social media. Oh, I'm going further and further into debt. Oh, I can't run my auto because I can't afford it. Yeah, because you're spending money at Starbucks on crap you don't need. Like I couldn't afford gas in my car. So that's how I was signing so many people because I was actually working. And someone said, well, what does working mean? What does that mean when you say get to work? That means IPAs, income producing activities. That means when I'm on my phone, I'm not watching videos and I'm engaging with potentials. I'm not following 15 other ambassadors. Do you guys know when I went ambassador? I think I was like number 48 to go ambassador in the company. I could have named, I think, 2 other ambassadors outside of my own little team. I wasn't following them, stalking them, trying to post like them, trying to look like them. Like you need to get those distractions gone. Stop comparing what everyone else is doing to what you're doing. I didn't know what anybody else was doing except for Lori because I stalked her YouTube channel. And that's my next point is get off of Zoom. Now I realize we're on a Zoom tonight, but it has a purpose. But my Lord, like Lori and I both 6 years ago, we did not have a training for this, a training for that, a page for this. Like we freaking worked and figured it out. I would watch a Lori Conway video on blitzing. Then guess what I would do? Take my behind blitzing. Like stop being the perpetual student and learning all the things, watching all the Zooms, all the videos, all the show me the money calls and doing nothing with them. Like knowledge, what do they say? Knowledge on fire or what? Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, right? Got it. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm failing my way forward all the time.
You see, if I can do this, so can you. So for real, stop watching nonstop videos if you are not going to then take a break and go put it into action, because that's what I did. So when I joined, I told I was a cop. I had like no friends on Facebook. I didn't have an Instagram. You know what she said to me? Well, there's this thing called Instagram. Like right now, there's this thing called TikTok. I don't know anything about it. Go figure it out. So guess what I did? I figured it out. And now we've got people that join or you've been in for a year. I don't know how to work Instagram. Okay, we have it on a silver platter for you. There's a plethora of training now. I had none of that. And guess what? I got to ambassador almost 99% from Instagram because I just figured it out. If it didn't work, I did something else. And the next thing is we got to stop with this whole like, oh my God, the mass enrollers, that's how they're doing so awesome. Do you know? No, like that is wonderful. And if you're a mass enroller and you are completing your steps and so is your team, that's the difference. So is your team, then more power to you. But you know what? Like I saw my first $50,000 paycheck and guess what? That month I enrolled 3 DTs and 4 LCs. But the difference is I trained my team to do that. All the way to ambassador, I completed my steps. I wasn't out there signing 97 customers because that's all well and good if you're doing it. But guess what? If you're not teaching your team and your team's not doing it, those customers are going to start to fall off and you're going to do this. So stop comparing yourself to, well, she's enrolling and look, conference is coming up and we are a business. Corporate's probably going to put all these people up on stage who have signed the most amount of people and good for them. I'm not saying that's bad. Okay. I'm being red. So here, if that's you, high five to you. But what I'm trying to tell you is you can get to the top based on the system that was put in place. I put right here, steps to success, repeat, teach. Imagine that. Lori said the same thing. So stop telling yourself that because I'm not a mass enroller, there's no way I can be like her. There's no way I can have a comma in my paycheck. That is you talking yourself out of your dreams. And the other thing that has happened along the years, attraction marketing. This term has become like, you've got to be beautiful. Now look, Lori looks amazing and she does all the things, but y'all, like there are times I've seen Lori with her hair up in a bun, just being Lori on her coffee talks and no makeup. Like, stop thinking that attraction marketing means you've got to be the prettiest girl with the best filters and the best. Social media has destroyed the images, and I worry for my daughters as they grow up and think that they've got to look like that. So be the example to change that. I think our team does a great job of that. But at the end of the day, if you come to me and you say, the business isn't working, if I scroll your whatever, TikTok, Snap, I don't even have some of this stuff, y'all, but if I scroll whatever it is you're working, I better be able to tell that you're an It Works girl. You know who doesn't get messages all up in my inbox? We're trying to recruit me for It Works, or would you want to be a product tester for 90 days? No, because they look at my page and I'm an It Works girl. You have got to be unapologetically that wrap girl, that coffee girl, that celery girl, whatever it is. Because somewhere along the lines, we all got afraid to post. And, oh, if I post about my coffee, people are going to unfollow me. You know what? I don't look at who unfollowed me. You know why? I'm going to follow 100 more people. And I'm going to find the next person that does want this product and does want this business. And so along the same lines, if you've been in for any length of time, or maybe I have a newbie who's like afraid to post or whatever, don't stop being afraid to post. Stop being afraid people are going to unfriend you, block you, unfollow you. I cannot tell you how many people unfriended and blocked me. I blocked some of my own family members because of their nonsense on my post. They weren't going to show up and pay my mortgage next month. So stop being afraid of the quitters. My Lord, that was another question. How do you launch your newbies? You put them in the system and you tell them to get to work. Really? I mean, we have Connect. We have a pinned post on our team page. You can have the best, shiniest, beautiful team page, postings, and all these things. Step one, but the reality is you're not in their living room holding their hand, telling them to do the work. My enroller sure wasn't. I would have to message her 25 times before she even responded to me. But guess what? I went and found the answers. So stop stressing over how am I going to train my newbies? Because you don't have to. We're not paid to train newbies. Newsflash, we're paid to do two things: enroll customers and enroll distributors. The tools are there. Now, if my newbie wants to be in my inbox, I will answer you all day, but I'm dang for sure not going to be in her inbox. Have you made a post today? Hey, are you doing okay? No, bullcrap. You're a business owner now. Hello, hi, you all own businesses now. You're the boss. I'm not going to tell you what to do. So we've got to get away from, oh, if I don't send my team exactly what to post in their stories tomorrow, they're not going to post a story. That ain't on you. Like, stop babying people. Like, I think that has become a major downfall the last few years. And we wondered why people have started quitting and this and that, because you've enabled that. And I've enabled that. I let my red voice be hidden because I was afraid of offending someone, right? No more. 2020, it is time to just be you. Be unapologetically you. So I wrote right here, your fear is not worth sacrificing your dreams. Who cares? Like, stop being fearful over all the things. All right. The last thing I will say is if you've been in for a while, I encourage you to look at your Facebook memories. You know why? Because my memories the last couple months from like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I was unapologetically me. And I literally was throwing up It Works. And if you didn't like it, you unfriended me. Who cares? I did not care. But how many of you in the last recent week or whatever have stopped yourself from making a post because you were afraid of offending someone? Oh no, I just talked about my business yesterday. I don't want to talk about it again because someone might unfollow me. No, who cares? This is who we are. Like, I became a millionaire in 23 months because I didn't give a flying you know what about what anyone else thought. All I knew is that I was bringing my husband home. We weren't going to lose our van. We bought a dream house. We've been able to go to Honduras. I've been able to give back more money than we ever used to make in an entire year. Like, that's insane. So, and the last question, somebody asked, well, how do you handle being red? And what if your spouse isn't? Look, my spouse is green, and my sidekick, Courtney, my presidential all the way to ambassador, she's yellow. We work well together. Y'all yellows and whatever, you need us reds in your life, just like we need you to kind of tell us when we need to simmer down, right? But man, y'all, quit caring what anyone else thinks, unless they're going to pay your bills. So I think I got through my notes.
I love that you said, kind of looking back through your timeline or time hop, whatever it is now, on Facebook memories, whatever it is, because I used to look back at posts and think, oh my gosh, those are really bold. And then the other night I was writing up a post and I was like going to post and I was like, Quentin, I don't think I should post this because I kind of feel bad. He's like, just freaking post it. I'm like, when did you start feeling bad about what you're posting? Like, who cares? Who cares? So again, I just want to reiterate what Amanda said. You've got to be boldly you, whatever you are. Don't try to be someone that you're not. Just be who you are and be bold about it. And you guys, when you do that, you will be like this magnet of attraction. People will want what you have because they'll see you being bold, and it will be an inspiration for them to rise up too. So there was this quote that says, confident isn't not about did I write this right? Confidence isn't not about not having insecurities. It's about being okay with your insecurities. We all have insecurities. We all have fears. Even Pam Souter has said she has fears. But what she has to do is every day is tell them to go sit in the corner. I'm doing this with or without you, team. I am doing this with or without your support. I love you, my husband. I love you, adore you, and I want to respect that. But my vision and my goal is running this business, and this is what I want to accomplish with it. But when you say that, so going back to the very beginnings of this business, Quentin didn't have the same vision that I did, and I had to be okay with that. That was okay. Like, I couldn't continue to keep nagging him about wanting to wear a network shirt or being on board. I just had to shut up and get to work. The only way that I was going to get my husband's support is if I started making money, and money that he saw coming in each and every month. People are waiting for you to be committed before they jump on your team. Do you realize that? You're like, I don't know why people aren't joining me. I don't know why my checks aren't the way they are, where I want them to be. It's because people are waiting for you to be sold out for what you're doing before they jump on. And maybe that person's watching you, and the moment that you go sold out, bold, all you, they're going to jump in and bring you to diamond, to bring you to double, to bring you to triple, to presidential, to ambassador in 13 months like Amanda did. I'm telling you, the success stories are there. But I think so many times we look at these big success stories and we think, I can't do that because we're looking here. Can't even see my hand. We're looking from down here. I didn't even think about that when I first joined. I just thought I needed to go get my dang customers as soon as possible. So going back to how do you get your people started, Amanda's so right. You just tell them to get to work. Listen, call your mom, call your sister, call your best friend, call your coworker, call your husband's best friend's wife. Tell them they're going to use the coffee, the mocha dream, the triple, whatever pack you're working on right now. Tell them they're going to use that for 90 days. Okay? Just tell them, you're going to do this for me, Mom. Can I count on you for your support? And you're going to instruct your brand new people when they come in. You're going to drill the steps to success. You guys, these should be tattooed on our brain. And I used to always say in every one of my trainings, I do not do a training unless I go through the steps to success, and I've gotten away from it. Every training that we do should be living, breathing steps to success, because that's exactly what it takes to be successful in this business. And if your 8-year-old doesn't know the steps to success, then you're not sold out enough for this business. Your 8-year-old should be able to know exactly what it takes to be successful in this business. That's the truth. And so if your kids, your family has no idea, it's because they don't see you doing it. Your actions speak so much louder than your words. And your kids see that. If you have kids, they're looking at you saying, you say that you want this, Mom, but like you're sitting there watching TV. You're saying that you're working on your phone. How many of us have mom guilt? We're like, Been on my phone all day working. And they're like, Mom, you say you're working, but I just see that you're watching YouTube, or I just see that you're hanging out with your friends. So we have to get back to discipline each and every day of actual work. A couple of questions. I know that you absolutely covered so many of them. One of them was like, how do you seal the deal? You know, especially when you don't have a story, you know, I've struggled, I'm not making much bank yet. You want to know a little secret? They don't care about you. You care more about you. You know what they care about? They care about what's in it for them. Are you casting the vision? Yeah, these big stories are fun, but they're really unrealistic for a lot of people. It scares people away. So if your story is not big, that's okay, because honestly, they don't really care. They just care that you can help them to do something. They just care about their $200 to $500 a month. And every one of you on the Zoom have made that amount of money in this business. Every one of you. And so you know exactly what it takes to be able to do that. So you just teach them how to do that and you don't overthink it. One question that I love in sealing the deal, and if you want to add to this, Amanda, please feel free to interrupt me at any time, it's something I've gotten away from that I'm getting back to. I love this question, and it sounds so corny, but if you have somebody on the phone, or even if you're messaging back and forth and they're kind of like ready, they're kind of on the fence, and you're like, what the heck? Like, I just want to push them off the fence. You have to ask a direct question to be able to get a specific response. You have to. You can't just be like, so what do you think? You know, because they're not going to respond back directly. They'll be like, I don't know. And so you have to say to them, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like, never message me again, like lose my phone number, never call me again, not interested. And say it dramatically like that. To 10, here's my credit card information. Lori, let's go make some money today. Where do you fall on the scale of 1 to 10? And then you stop talking if you're on the phone, because sometimes you over talk and then that moment's lost. You let them answer. And they're going to come back and they're going to say, you know what? I'm a 6. And then you're going to say, awesome. Kristen, how can I get you from a 6 to a 10 today? And they're going to say, well, I need to talk to my husband. Okay, great. What do you think he's going to say? Well, I don't know. Is he a money guy? Is he pretty supportive with extra things that you do? Like, talk to me about that. So anyway, what you're doing here is you're getting down to the real reason as to why they don't want to commit today. What are they afraid of? What's their biggest fear? They're going to tell you without asking them, what's your biggest fear? Just say on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. And if they say 1, say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I asked, because I don't want to be the annoying person. Like, totally fine. Love you anyway. If they're a 10, guess what? You're getting their credit card number, or they're on your website right now getting signed up. Do you have anything that you want to add to that as far as sealing the deal?
So I remember watching your video of you saying that, and I took that and used that for years. So I wrote that down. Get back to the Lori way. So I will add that I signed, we did not have sales on the kits until long after I was ambassador. Okay. Everyone joined for $99, and we were not like, oh, it's $99 this month. No, like, it's $99. Like, that is a huge deal. And guess what? I signed my most distributors ever my very first month. I enrolled 17 distributors as a newbie. I didn't have a story, but you know what I had? So this business is going to change my life. I'm going to the top. Are you coming with me? That's literally what I said to people. They didn't do you know how many people ask me along the journey, what's your rank? Nobody. They don't know what a ruby is. They don't know what that means. And if they did, I'd say, well, I'm charting diamond. Are you coming with me?
Yeah.
Because y'all are all charting diamond, right? Yes, Amanda. Yes, I am. So this is yourself lying to yourself. Well, I can't be successful because I don't have a story. I didn't have a story, but I was darn for sure going to make a story along the way. I'm going to the top. Are you coming? That is it. And something I told myself early on, you're going to have quitters. Like, be prepared now. Guess what? When you worked in the restaurant, did people come? Of course they did. Stop taking it so seriously. It's not you, it's them. And not everyone is meant to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
And that's not mean. I'm not being overly red, but I mean, I do like to go shopping at Target, and I do enjoy that they have stockers and cashiers and all of that, right? So, but the world also needs millionaires to keep the world moving. So it just all goes back to the overthinking. I just overthink everything. Then stop. Like, my goodness, stop. I'm talking to you yellows.
Amanda,
You know?
I love that you said that about, like, not everybody's cut out for it. Here's the thing. I think if we were really honest, like Amanda and I were really honest and told you all the grit, all the dirty details of going to a master so fast, you wouldn't want to do it. I think most people wouldn't do it. So here's the thing. It's like parenting. You don't really know what you're getting into until you're there. You're like, oh, I'm in over my head, you know? So what I'm saying to you is this. It's going to take a lot of work. Is it worth it? It absolutely is. But sometimes it's like what Pam Souter says all the time. It's like, how did you get there? Well, I don't know. On a wing and a prayer. And I worked really, really hard. I worked 25-hour days. There were days I didn't take showers. There were days that, you know, I was so tired. I can remember, you know, getting up and volunteering for my kiddos' class and coming home to puking kids and still staying up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, messaging people. Most people don't want to sign up for that. So we don't talk about that ugly stuff very much unless we're at a higher leadership level of like, do you really want to do what it takes? Because if you really want to do what it takes, you're going to have a lot of sacrifices along the way. And realize that you have to give yourself a little bit of, like, if you're going to make excuses, you don't have the right to complain about it. Like, if you're going to say, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, then you have to have the results of tired and going to bed. The result of is getting a good night's sleep and being okay with that. You can't be mad at your business the next day because you decided to break that promise. One question I wanted to cover too, steps to success, about training people on this. So one thing that I have gotten off track on that I'm now heading back track on because I realized it works so good for me is offering this 72-hour challenge to all of my brand new distributors. So every brand new distributor I brought in, I would say to them this: listen, if you go grab your first 4 customers within your first 72 hours, I'll send you a little welcome package. You won't want to miss it. Go talk to your mom, go talk to your grandpa, go talk to your best friend, your neighbor, your coworker. I give them a few ideas of people to talk to. I don't care what the product is. It could be wraps, it could be, you know, the defining gel, it could be our Dr. Nassif line, it could, whatever product that you are promoting, okay? So have a clear indication of what you're doing here. Go get your first 4 customers in 72 hours. I'll send you a little welcome packet. You won't want to miss it. This will be in addition to the $100 of free product credit that the company is going to give to you. Let's do it. Today is Tuesday, so by Saturday morning, I want you to have all 4 of those customers in place. Are you ready for this? And I'll usually say to them, how do you feel about that challenge? And sometimes they're like, I got this. Sometimes it's like, oh, I didn't have 4 people in mind. Great. So now you just created this sense of urgency. Success loves speed. If you can create a sense of urgency, it will let you know each and every time, hands down, who is serious about making money in this business. If they don't get their first 4 customers in 72 hours, it's not this big failure. They still have the next 30, 27 days to be able to get their customers. But you've set a sense of urgency right away. They're going to remember that. And I bet you $100 that if you set that urgency with your brand new distributor, you know what they're going to do when they find their first distributor? They're going to say the very same thing. They're going to say, go get your customers within the first 72 hours. Can you imagine if every distributor that you brought on went and got their own customers? Wouldn't that be amazing? So why are we not pushing them to do it? Because I think so many of us think that they can't do it when they can do it, because so many of us have been able to do it. So go get your customers in this first 72 hours. So I think that's a really great training tool for your tool belt to be able to push on. And don't be afraid to ask. Just ask them. If they don't do it, you say, hey, that's all right. I was trying to get you on a fast start record here, but you still have till next week. You still have, like, I don't say 30 days. I mean, clearly they have 30 days, but you still have until next Monday. Let's go ahead and crush that. Who we talk to? Who can we talk to? How can we make this happen for you? Any more questions? I think I have one more and that's it. Any more questions?
We've also started or stopped telling ourselves that we can go diamond in 90 days. Shoot, you can go diamond in 30 days. Same thing. We've let the fear creep in. I used to do the 72-hour thing too. And then you know what happened? Oh, I don't want them to not do it and feel like they already have a failure out the gate. No, it's just something exciting and creates urgency. And that is how success loves speed. You did not get on this Zoom to hear how you can shuffle your way to maybe get to ambassador in 12 years. That's all well and good. The money will still be fantastic. But wouldn't you rather do it in 12 months or 6 months because it's been done the old way? I mean, come on, right? Organization. I wrote down, how do you stay organized, balanced? You don't, and I didn't. That's kind of it. I mean, honestly, you're talking to Reds here. I mean, I have a couple, this is how I did it. Like, I have scrap papers all over my office. I've seen Lori's office when it was clean, right? No, like, get out of, this is an excuse. You have to be so organized. And if I was green, I'd sign more people. No, you wouldn't. Just talk to everybody. Start talking to people. Write names down. All you need to have written down are names. Why? Because you need to sign customers and you need to sign distributors. As long as you got names written down some way, some nice color-coded spreadsheet, or like disastrous, I wish y'all could see. Y'all, like, I went Ambassador Diamond 22 days after I had my third baby via C-section. The next day during recovery, I signed a distributor while nursing my newborn with my scar. I couldn't take pain medicine, by the way, because I'm allergic. So what other excuse do you have, right? I mean, come on. None.
That's
so I hope y'all have taken away from this. Quit with excuses.
It's because you wanted it. Nobody could want it enough for you to be able to do that. Like, you can't ask somebody to do what you just did. It has to come from within. So you have to ask yourself, what are you doing every day to be able to show up fully? To be able to show up in a way that you can feel proud about. What does that look like for you? Does that take some personal time, maybe some quiet time with you and God at first thing in the morning, maybe some rock and roll music to get your blood pumping first thing in the morning, maybe some coffee time before the kids get up? I don't know what that looks like for you. But I'm telling you, if you can find that for yourself, it fills your cup first thing in the morning and you become this better version of you, people will be attracted to you. Someone asked this question, and we kind of covered a little bit, but what does your average power hour breakdown look like? And we already talked about loving on your team as a Red. We just love on them in the way that we love them, and embrace who we are. But my average power hour breakdown is going to be so much different than everybody else's on this Zoom. This is my full-time gig. Like, I probably put more hours in a day than most of you do. Okay, that just is what it is because it's my full-time gig. But I would say organizationally, is that a word? As far as what it looks like, I am always using my timer on my phone, always, because I get so distracted working from home. I literally have to make sure, like, if the buzzer goes off in the dryer or somebody comes to the door, the dogs need out. You know, statistics show that every time that you're focused on something and distracted, it takes 15 minutes to get back to what your original focus was. Oh my gosh. So think about your day. If you're constantly like this, like squirrel, 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 you're never getting anything done. So my biggest answer to that question would be not necessarily the things that I do, because I'm asking. I'm setting my timer 4 times for 15 minutes, and I'm asking people to join. I'm asking people to use products. I'm asking follow-ups, you know, those follow-ups. I'm asking them. I'm adding to my network. But I'm setting my timer because it helps me to stay super concise and focused on what I'm doing. If you do not have an intentional hour, you need to find one. If you don't have an intentional hour to work on your business each and every month, you've got to find a space for that. Absolutely, hands down, no excuses. Whether that's staying up late, whether that's waking up in the morning earlier, whether that is scheduling, like for me, it was nap time. I scheduled all 4 of my kids, whether they took a nap or not. They were locked in their rooms for an hour. Mean mom, sorry. You're going to love to learn to be by yourself for an hour while I work my business. This is my time. So what does that look like for you in your life schedule? I don't know. You're going to have to figure that one out. But if you were taking an hour's time and stretching it all through the day, it's like self-sabotage. You're never going to feel like you're going to be constantly chasing your tail or constantly like scrolling off everywhere. So my answer to that, and yours could be different, Amanda, is just the idea of making sure that it's like connected. Take an hour at one time, an intentional hour together to fully devote to your business.
And I lied. Okay, this is how organized I am, y'all. I have 3 folders. That's it. Hundreds lists and current customers and distributors and just notes. So this is it. You're looking at it. Okay. And for me, guess what? I am not a morning person, and I am not ashamed to admit it. You will not find me on a 5 a.m. Zoom. Sorry, I know there's science and this and that, but you will find me staying up till 3 a.m. some nights because I'm a night owl. I always have been. I built this business from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. because I was pumping around the clock, and then I was nursing a baby who preferred nights. So if you're not a morning person, oh, I'm not a morning person, I can't be successful. Wrong. That's another excuse. I am proof that you can build this business at night. So if you're a night owl, get you some wine or some coffee because you can absolutely do this business at night.
100%. What's funny about that, Amanda, is I was pulling up like my 8 years in this business for recruitments and just kind of like, self-evaluating from year to year to year. Those first 2 years, I was signing distributors at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Haven't done that for a long time.
A lot of my people were on another time zone, you know?
But it also seasons of life. 8.5 years ago, I was up with a baby, and then I was finding other mamas that were up with babies. So it's about your seasons of life and who you're going to relate to. And knowing that your schedule can change. Mine's not nap time anymore. Mine's when my kids go to school, and then I have that time. But when I'm home with them at night before they go to bed, that's my time with them. Okay, I think that's all I got. I mean, I can probably go on and talk a lot more, but I don't know.
Yeah. We can talk all night, but like,
just get to work.
I mean, you just want us to go work. Get to work. Stop telling that you're not working. If you say you're working, oh, but I'm working, you're not. Do something else. If what you're doing right now is not enabling you to complete your steps to success, it's not working. I hate to be the one to tell you, if what you've been doing month after month is not producing the steps to success, it's not working, and you need to simply try something else. That's when you go check out TikTok, watch one Zoom, go apply what you learn and try something else. So I hope y'all enjoyed our red tonight. We didn't offend you too much, right?
You said one Zoom. I love that. Listen, stop getting in the trap of training and never doing. You have to do. You cannot train your way to success. You have to actually climb the staircase to success. And it's painful sometimes, but it's oh so worth it. Thank you so much for joining in tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you nothing but success, but I can't wish it enough for you. You got to go work for it. Talk to you soon.
Bye.